everyone, welcome. If you're new here, my name is Aileen, and here we like to talk about all things makeup, mostly luxury makeup, skincare, and fashion. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, I hope you consider subscribing and joining the family. So today, the much anticipated, the Dior 659 in Mirror. I will be creating a few looks and giving you my thoughts, and there's like 6 palettes. 6 Dior palettes, 6 that I want to do comparisons with. So since there are so many comparisons, I will have everything timestamped. So if you're just interested in seeing comparisons or the eye looks, then you can scroll as you please. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then let's get to it. But before we go, I hope you consider subscribing and joining the family. Let's get to it. I am so excited to play with this palette. So it came in, and then I was out of town, and then I got sick, and now the kids are sick, but they're resting right now. So I figured, let's get to playing. I will have everything that's on my face listed down below. I am currently doing a concealer wear test with the Bobbi Brown stick versus the liquid. So if you haven't caught that video, go ahead and check it out up here. I think it's up here because I did remove the mirror effect from my camera. So things look different. Nothing shifted. Everything's exactly the same, but I felt the lighting and like the accuracy of any texture of my skin or the largeness of my pores. Like I feel like removing the mirror effect really gives you an accurate picture of what I'm seeing in the mirror, at least as accurate as it can get. So let's get into the swatches and eye looks. So this is the palette here. It is part of the Dior Fall 2022 collection. I'm really excited for this green. I, however, do not have jungle. So if you're interested in seeing how those compare, go check out Jen from All Feisty. I'll have her video from this palette linked down below. I'm pretty sure when I watched, she compared this to the Dior Jungle as well as the green from the Suku palette. So as far as swatches go, look at that orange. For those of you who may not be aware, orange is my favorite color. I absolutely love orange and I never wear it on my eyes, but we will today. This is shade 2. And I am swatching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the embossing on this is absolutely beautiful. And these are just like one swatch. Like this formula is amazing. It usually is. We've had a few hit or misses, but thus far, this one is really, really nice. And this is the green, and it's not as green as it appears in the palette. It's like an antique golden green. Like a rustic antique golden green. That's really, really pretty. And a flat matte brown, which I feel is really typical for their palettes. It does have a tinge of a plum in there. And I'm not sure if the camera is picking that up. The palette is available. I will link a few places it is available down below. This does have a 6-month shelf life. It is made in France. It does have your 7 grams of product. So let's move on to an eye look or 2. I'm gonna do the 3 upper shades, like the 2 top in the middle with 1 eye look and the 2 bottom in the middle with a 2nd eye look. Since that is what Dior recommends. So I'm gonna start with the A502 from BK Beauty, the Angie Hot and Flashy set, and I'm going to start with the middle shade, and I'm just going to bring that slightly above the crease. Since I do have hooded eyes, I'm going to give myself where I would like my crease to be if I didn't have hooded eyes. Applying most of the pigment out here, and then really just bringing that in. And the reason for that is my space between where my eye ends and my brow is fairly large, but I don't like to bring that too high up and then look like, girl, what did you do with your eyeshadow? So I'm just trying to apply all the pigment and then buff out that line so it doesn't look like I stopped it. And immediately you could see that shade. It is so pretty. And that's like this bronzy copper shade, but you can really just buff it out. I'm really trying to do a day look. So I really want to buff that out, but still get the color. Then I'm going to dip back into that brown, tap off any excess, and bring that into the crease, the actual crease of the eye. And it's like, because this shade is bronzy, it's like contouring your eye. And it gives it some dimension. Such a pretty shade. If I failed to mention, these are all satin shades with the exception of this plummy brown. So next, with the Angie Hot and Flashy 505 from BK Beauty, I want this orange shade all over the lid. I'm excited. So this is just a flat brush. I'm going to bring that all over the lid. This palette absolutely screams fall, in my opinion. It's just gorgeous. So I'm just going to tap that all over the eye. I did some swiping motions, and now with the rest I am tapping it into the crease so I don't have to get a blending brush and lose that first shade. Ooh, that is so pretty. Absolutely love it. Next, with this shade here, I want this on my inner corner, and I'm gonna use a Refer 3 just because it's such a small pencil brush. And I'm gonna place this on the inner corner. And like I always do, bring it on to that first third and a little upward, just so that it all just blends together cohesively and doesn't just look like I placed that shade there unintentionally. Oh, that's so pretty. That's really, really pretty. With that same shade, just to add it a little more, I am going to highlight right under the brow, in the highest point of the brow, place most of the product, and then flick it inward and outward, just to really highlight that brow bone. I really like that. However, I do want to place that same shade just right down the middle, just to lighten that up and bring some light to the center. Ooh, yes. The way those shades mixed and made this beautiful color, oh, I really like that. And again, with the first shade and the same brush, I'm just going to blend those together. Ooh, that is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And you can totally use this brown as a liner and call it a day. But I really, really want to try this liner I picked up. It's the waterproof 24-hour intense felt tip liner from Dior. And this is in the shade 781 Matte Brown. I'm really interested in giving this a try. I know they're fairly new, but not new to YouTube standards of new. I'm just not one to do like a felt liquid liner. I don't want to mess this up, but I hear these are so great that you really can't mess it up. So we'll see. and claims to be waterproof. We shall see. I'm not going to be able to talk while I do this, but I'm just going to run it along the top of my lashes. And I'm not going to attempt to wing because I don't want to mess up the look, but I do want to give it some oomph. Okay, I had to finish the rest off camera because I couldn't concentrate. But here is the liner. I will say I don't do good with like the swiping. I literally just like stamped all the way across and it worked. It worked just fine. For the lower lash line, I'm going to take that same center shade and just that bronzy brown shade that we applied first. And I'm just gonna bring that all the way across. I'm not sure that I would like the orange on the lower lash, but I am loving it on the lid. Oh, that is pretty. I'm going to tightline with a brown and apply some mascara, and I'll be right back, and then we'll start eye look number 2. Okay, I'm back. I did tightline with the Makeup by Mario in Perfect Brown, and for mascara, I did apply the Dior Show Iconic Overcurl. Absolutely beautiful every day. I love warm shades. If you're new here, I love warm shades. If you love them too, please consider subscribing. But I just love this. Fall makeup for me is one of my favorite. I love to tightline, especially if I apply liner over like right above my lashes, because I just feel it fills in that gap of like that skin tone that you see. Even though the mascara will cover it, if you can't tightline, that is fine. I love to tightline so it looks like it's like cohesive and really just makes your lashes look like they're even fuller. This is an eye that I would play around with the waterline with a pop of color. Something fun if you like color, but you're like myself, you don't really like wearing it on the lid. I love wearing it on the waterline, but not to take away from the palette, I did just apply the Chantecaille Nude Liner. So let's work on eye look number 2. And for eye look number 2, we may play with additional shades. I am going to start this eye look the same way I started the first one. So next, with a unit 309, I'm gonna go into this brown shade and really just deepen this up out here. And I would really like the green shade all over the lid. And then we'll blend this shade in further into the green. The way these shades just blend, it's like effortless. It did start storming, so if you hear any lightning or thunder, I do apologize. But if the lightning or thunder becomes too much, I am terrified of it. So I may take a break and come back. So let me move quickly and swiftly. So with a Tom Ford 03, it's the same as the BK Beauty 505. It's just a different brand, but same flat shadow brush. And I really want to apply this green all over the lid. This, I feel, is a very comfortable, I want to dip into color green. I want to dip into color. I heard that. Did you hear that? Okay. I want to dip into color, but I really want to be comfortable, be confident, and stay within my comfort zone. This is a beautiful green. So next I'm gonna go back into the brown and really darken this up a little bit. Bring it into the crease just a little bit. Mother Nature is roaring, that's for sure. I want to bring it up just a tinge so you don't lose it. And then with the brush that I applied this transition shade, I'm just going to blend where those two meet. And just swipe and clean this off a little bit. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Let me apply the same shade I applied in the first eye look as my inner corner highlight and really bring it into the first third. And with that same shade, highlight the brow bone, applying most of the product on the highest point of the arch and then flicking inward. And for the lower lash line, I'm gonna get this dark brown shade and just bring it in a tinge. I don't like to bring it in the deep shade too far in because I don't want to close the eye. But I want the look to look cohesive, so I do want to bring it down just a tinge. And then with that center shade, which is the initial shade we applied, I'm gonna brush this along the entire lower lash line, blending it into that dark brown and into that inner highlight shade. And it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. With this eye look, I do want to try the brown shadow as a liner, and I don't even know where this brush is from. It's just an angled liner brush, and I'm just going to swipe this. If you're like me and you feel it's difficult to do like liquid liner, definitely try with a shadow. It's just so much easier. You have so much more control. Like, I can actually do this and talk. I cannot do that with a liquid liner. But you could do like I did with the liquid liner and stamp, or you can swipe it across. And because shadow is more forgiving and easier to fix than a liquid liner, you could just flick that, whoop, and give yourself a small little wing. And when you mess up, you just swipe with your finger, and there it is. That's a beautiful eye look, a very pleasant green, nothing too bright. It's absolutely stunning. Let me apply some liner and mascara and I'll be right back. I'm back. So here are both eye looks with eyeliner and mascara. As you can see here, I do better with a shadow liner than a liquid liner. However, a liquid liner will last you a lot longer than a shadow liner. I have, however, in the past, just as a guide, used the shadow liner, and then if you really want something for longevity, use that as a guide to apply your liquid liner right over it. I really, really love both looks. They're absolutely stunning. I love the shades. It performed well. I have absolutely no fallout. It's just the beautiful, creamy, very nice Dior formula that we love. As far as liner, I did tight line with the Makeup by Mario in the perfect brown. I just love that brown. And I did tight line and bring it under the waterline, and I did apply the same mascara, the Dior Iconic Over Curl Mascara. I did have the Dior lip oil on, but I'm going to apply the Dior Rouge Forever in shade 518, Forever Confident. I feel like this shade with these looks will just take fall to a whole new level. I absolutely love this lip with both eye looks. Like, you can't tell me this doesn't scream fall. A day or night. But this is lighter for day. You really umped it up with the lip. And this is just, where are we going? Evening out? Yes. For blush, I do have this orange shade from Dior. The name's not on here, but it's shade 332. I do believe it was limited edition, but now I want to amp up this blush shade to like tie it all together even more. I love this orange shade. Fall. Where are you, fall? Even though I don't experience fall weather until dead center of winter, but it's okay. That is gorgeous. I obviously love it, but let's move on to comparisons. So let's start with Mitza. This is Mitza. As soon as I shared the mirror on my TikTok and in my Instagram stories, I was asked, how does it compare to Mitza? So here are the two side by side. This is Mitza, this is mirror. Let me swatch them for you. Okay, so here is mirror, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is Mitza, where this is like a topper shade and mirror does not have a topper shade. They are different. There's this orange shade is not there, the green shade, this bronzy shade, they are different. The similar shade is this matte brown. So they're definitely different. I'm happy to have both, but let's move on to Cruise Look. This is Cruise Look, and this is Mirror. Okay, so these last 5 shades here are Cruise Look. So you can see this shade is pretty similar, which is the middle shade from Cruise Look that really attracted me to the palette. Although this has a taupiness to it, there's no taupe shades here. The orange is really a standalone shade, where this has like this whitish shade. But this shade here in Cruise Look is very similar to this shade here from Mirror, which is the shade that I applied as an inner corner and as a brow highlight. I was going to compare Nude Dress, but now that I played with Mirror, I don't feel Nude Dress is comparable. This is 649 Nude Dress, and this is Mirror. If you want to see it, let me know, and I'll post it up on Instagram. But now that I'm playing with it, they are totally different. Next, I want to compare it to 569 Golden Day, and this is Golden Day here. So here is Mirror, and here is Golden Day. Definitely different. This is like a peachy shade. This is a topper. This is like a light pink, light lavender satin. The brown is totally different. This is more like a true brown, where I feel this brown has a tint of like just that plum eggplant in it, mixed in with the brown, but they are totally different browns. Next, I want to compare it to 479, the By Dior palette. This I feel has like a resemblance, but that green is, I don't have a Dior palette with that green. Again, I don't have Jungle. So this first shade from the By Dior palette, it's not an orange. It's like a peachy with a gold. I am running out of places to swatch, but this is by Dior here, and you can see it has that peach with like a shift of gold, where this shade here is lighter than the shade I used for the inner highlight. I don't feel on the eye there will be much of a difference, but it's definitely different. The bronzy shade here does not compare. This is more like a true copper, and this shade does not compare at all. The next palette I wanted to compare is Golden Snow. This was from one of the holidays. It wasn't last year. I believe it was the year before that. I don't remember. I could be wrong, but it was for sure a holiday palette. This is the green from Mirror Mirror, and I really want to compare this green to it. And you can see the green from Golden Snow really has more of an olive to it, where the green from Mirror Mirror, it's like a green and rustic antique gold mixed together, where this one here has a little bit more olive to it. I definitely think this would be a nice green for this eye look, like a complementary palette to this palette. That'll be nice. And because both palettes have a brown, I did swatch them both. So this is the one from Mirror Mirror, and this is from Golden Snow. Golden Snow is definitely more of a really chocolate brown, where the one from Mirror Mirror is not. But yeah, those are all the comparisons. I really do not have a palette like it. Can I pick a shade here and there that can maybe create this look? Yes, but not with the green, unless I went with this green. But as you can see, they are totally different. But I'm really happy with the palette, with both eye looks. Which one's your favorite? The night or the day? I like both, and I would really rock both day or night. Did you pick up this palette? Are you enjoying it? I think this is probably one of my favorites so far. I really like this. And I'm not one to wear green a lot. Why not? I don't know, but I need to start. Thank you all so much for coming. Until next time, don't forget, we're all perfectly imperfect. Bye.